Hey, welcome to Eric minus Sawana's Eye on Anthem. No Sawana today, but look at this co-host. Griffin got back from behind the computer to this couch.
Oh yeah, next best thing.
Welcome aboard. He's kind of nervous. He doesn't know what to ask. But our guest today, an Anthem legend in your own mind, or are you an actual legend?
Oh, legend in my own mind.
You are.
Trust
We're
me.
all legends. Todd Ninneman, owner of Remax Summit in Anthem.
Yep,
Summit
correct.
Properties.
Remax Summit Properties.
Congratulations on
Thank you.
opening that office.
I mean, hey, we're no Griffin behind the computer with that long baseball hair. Yep. I think I should be giving you my RGL hat. That's what should be happening here.
You need a hat?
I like it. I like it.
Are you going to go get a cut?
Yeah, I gotta go see Cindy.
Cindy, where is Cindy at? We'll give Cindy a cheap plug. We'll charge her for it later.
Michael Alexander Salon.
Oh, yes. Cindy is the best. Cindy, we love you. Shout out.
Right.
Let's talk what's going on with your life, because things are popping and you got a cool new hat. What's up with that hat?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for having me down here. Appreciate it. Remax Summit Properties, and like yourself, you both lived in Anthem for a long time, been there for 25 years with my family. But with Remax, we have Remax Golf Lifestyles. That's what RGL stands for. We announced it a couple days ago that we went out to our whole group and our company. We have 150,000 agents and we service 120 countries. So the Remax Golf Lifestyle, what we're starting here is basically we're going to tie in living in golf communities and buying a home all in one. So certain people are looking for different types of homes that they want to live in. In other words, hey, Todd, this is a second home for us. We're more of a condo style. We want low maintenance. Or, hey, we need a second home and we have a large family, so we're looking for a place that's 5,000 or 6,000 square feet. So what we're doing is using some information that we're gathering with one of our companies, Golf Life Navigators, right now. And what they're doing is going around and we're working with the PGA professionals. We're surveying the communities, so we're finding out a lot of good statistics. What's your average age in there? What's your average handicap in there? What are the other activities? We are very much focused to having a lifestyle and being able to create that and then try to explain that to people. Like you and I, or like the three of us, we grew up in Anthem. Anthem's a special place, right? And part of growing up in Anthem and having that surrounding community is what became of it in its own personality. So each one of these golf course communities, they have their own personality. Some people are really into pickleball, and golf doesn't mean anything. So you can go to some of these communities, and they might have 2 pickleball courts. You go to others, and they've got 20 in a very involved community, or bocce ball, or tennis. So what we're trying to do is approach the market in a different way and be able to offer the insight and intel of here's what the houses look like, here's what they sell for, the stuff that everybody can see. But here's the culture and here's the lifestyle that you can expect when you move there.
Yeah, what a perfect place to where the idea was born, Anthem, Arizona, right?
Yeah, yep. So our Vice President, Travis Saxton, this is one of his babies that he's always been looking for. So last fall, myself and several others were at an elite retreat in Texas, and he approached us and created a committee of gentlemen that are helping co-found and push this thing forward. So it's been fantastic to be part of. It's a great opportunity for us as a whole and a company. And I feel like the industry, I just feel like we're going to change a lot of things. And why I say that is you think about places you go on vacation. So I'll just say Hawaii. You go to Hawaii and the expectation is obviously perfect, beautiful weather, which always does happen. But, you can go and you can be in board shorts and a T-shirt and enjoy your time with your family there. We want people to feel like they come into communities and that lifestyle has to be represented. We have to express that to people. And just like Anthem, like you said, we were there when basically Del Webb started that community and Pulte bought it out. And people like yourself and myself and others around the community, they said, what can we do? How can we make this place the way it is, right? And that's why Pulte representatives used to have to live there when Pulte bought out for 6 months to understand that culture. Why are we getting named master plan community more than once? Best in the country.
Right, we won everything in the beginning.
Yeah, we kind of did. So really cool to be part of this. Very excited. Really nice to be around a lot of the other people that are helping develop this.
And golf people, we all talk the same language.
I feel like we do. Golf is one of those sports that no matter what age, no matter your ability, you can play. It's you against you. I love it. Before my grandmother passed away. I played with her, and she was 90 years old, and we played a little par 3. But I play with guys, like out of our office, we've got some really, really talented golfers, and Darren Fletcher, he's like a +5. And you can go out and have just as much fun with somebody that's that good as somebody that's a 30 handicap, because it's just you playing against the course and the camaraderie. But you're right. We all do talk the same language.
I hate Darren. I hate guys that are that good.
You can. It's actually...
No, he is a great guy, but he's such a great golfer. Like anybody, he's so much better. I did tie John Rahm, though, but handicaps were in play. Yeah. He's like a +12 or whatever, and I was a -20.
Yeah, over at Silverleaf.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's my feather in the cap forever. But the funny thing is like Griffin took up golf way late, and I kept trying. I'm like, come play golf with me, because I was a member in Anthem.
Yep.
When he was little, like, come play golf. And now he loves golf, and he's like, why didn't you make me play golf when I was little? I'm like, dude, I tried 1,000 times, and you never wanted to go play with me.
Oh, it's true. Like my daughter Cameron, she's out in New York now, and she'll come back and start her master's at Berkeley and stuff. But she played soccer, and she was really into it. And when she comes back for Memorial Day weekend, she's asking to go over to PXG and get fitted and wants to get a set of clubs. And I'm like, well, what about like the first 18 years you were here? How many times could you go out and play? But look, your passion's different when you're younger, and look, no fault. I didn't really take up golf until 2006. So, I was 36 years old. Otherwise, I was just a weekend warrior and a scramble guy. So at the end of the day, it's a great sport. I don't see it going anywhere. It's grown tremendously in the last 4 or 5 years. So it's a good thing. And it's fun to play. It's so much fun to play with all the different age groups, men and women.
Yeah, and so many more options, like the indoor places now, iSwing, Back 9 coming. I've had 3 or 4 other places call me and say, what do you think about putting an indoor golf place in Anthem? I'm like, don't. We already have enough. Yeah. We're good with 2. Like, we're good. And they say, oh, we're going to look into it. I'm like, go ahead. Like, when we see. But let's talk more about RE/MAX Summit Properties. This is an office you have in the Anthem Shopping Center, which is almost like the center of Anthem.
Correct.
The Welcome Center, Mid-First Bank used to be the Welcome Center, and everything was all about the Safeway Shopping Center. So you're in like the hot spot, your office. Yeah. What's the goal of your office there, and what's your plans and intentions? And
well, it's kind of a full circle thing. So back when we first moved there, before, like you, in 1999, there was no Safeway. It was just being built. We wanted to open, my wife and I, Bobby, wanted to open a coffee shop. And unfortunately, Safeway, as the anchor tenant, wanted national brands in there. It wasn't a mom and pop shop that would be allowed. So we were looking at opening a theme coffee shop to be after the TV show Friends. So we just play repeat episodes, have it decorated that way. So it full circle didn't work out. Got an opportunity, approached by RE/MAX Corporate to buy a franchise, open RE/MAX Summit Properties. And I feel as the town keeps growing and coming towards us, I want to still keep that small town feel. Got a lot of great agents that have been residents of Anthem for a long time, or the North Valley in general, and just keep that one-on-one contact, that, hey, we're here from you to help you from start to finish. Here's my dentist. Here is my plumber. Here is the guy that I would recommend to go use if you want to have maintenance on your house done in a handyman way. I want people that are reliable, people we trust, and we want to be a big part of the community. That's why it's also really fortunate that RE/MAX Summit Properties has an opportunity to use that platform to raise money, like for you, like Phoenix Children's Hospital, or Anthem Rotary.
You got Rotary give us a lot of money for PCH.
Or ACTS, or all these other things that have, over the 20 years of being up there and in real estate, had an opportunity to donate back to, like St. Rose. We got that grand opening May 13th of that. You're right, like we're partnering up with Back 9, which would be fantastic, because that's just right around the corner in our complex.
Yeah, what's cool is I've talked to some agents who switched over to RE/MAX, and I said, why did you go to RE/MAX? And they're like, well, Anthem address, but it has that locker room feel again, where we're all cooperating, and even though we're competing against each other, we're all on the same team running the same direction, and which is cool, because I've been to a couple of the office meetings, and you have great agents and you have people that do business the right way in there.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, and that's one of the things to strive for. Like I was part of a larger group that introduced you, that uses your place here and that stuff, and they're awesome. I think the RE/MAX brand itself, obviously biased being an owner, but it's fantastic what we produce. And behind the scenes, we're all still people trying to make a living, do all the right things. what I like the most, and I go to, I elk hunt. I enjoy elk hunting, and we archery elk hunt, which is very difficult. So if I'm in camp with 12, 14, 15 people, if one person's successful, we're all successful. I feel like that. And I feel the same way in our office. We've got agents that do a much better job than I do, more experience than I am, but it's great because they're willing to put their hand out and help some of our younger new agents or people that are inexperienced, or they've crossed the bridge that somebody else hasn't, but it's been in the field for 10 years. So one of us sells something or one of us represents something. It's a win for all of us, buying or selling.
Yeah, it's cool.
Thanks.
All right, you ready for this one?
Uh-oh.
Griffin. Wait, I told Griffin, get some good questions and warm up. So this is his first ever question getting asked on the podcast. Griff, have at Todd.
Todd.
Ooh. Wow.
That's a good opening line.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
I told you to be prepared. You're not even prepared?
No, I did not prepare no
Oh,
question.
what a
I'm just
rookie
here
this
for
As
guy
long
is.
as you didn't ask Cole Mason, we're okay. No,
Yeah.
just kidding.
Gosh.
Shout out to Cole.
That guy. What a hoot. But where can I get some of that Remax golf lifestyle gear?
Well, right now, yeah.
I need a website.
Yeah. Well, it's a good question. So we acquired Golf Life Navigators, and Jason and Phil have been fantastic at organizing the website. Like I said, a couple days ago, we launched it. So what's going to end up happening is when you take the certification in the class and the things, as we're progressing as fast as we can, part of that's going to have Remax Golf Lifestyle swag and gear. You take the class and you get certified, you get this hat. That's part of it, and we've made sure we've kept that at a scarcity issue. We've only had 24 of them made, just had an additional 200 plus made, and those all went to corporate, and our vice president guards those dearly. So it's a good thing. But I think we're co-branding and stuff that I don't know if I can announce just yet. We're co-branding with some pretty big names. Some are actually local, and you might know, so we're not going to say those names, but we're going to co-brand Remax with them. One of the really cool things is one of our Remax agents out of Chicago, out of Illinois, just qualified for the Masters. So he got to play. Brandon Holtz got to play in the Masters. He's going to be at the U.S. Open. You know, a guy played college basketball and always played golf as kind of a second sport, but college basketball was his focus. Ended up qualifying. You know, won the qualifier here in Arizona to make it to the Masters. So what a huge, really, really cool thing to see, you know. And for people that golf, like, there's a big difference between somebody that might be a 1 or 2 handicap and pros. They're just so good. It's so much fun to watch people. It's amazing how well they can hit the ball. But back to your question, yes, we've been working on that. Behind the scenes, they have somebody that's going to be creating the gear and co-branding so you can buy it.
Awesome.
Buy it. Not free. Buy it. Just
I'll
kidding.
buy it.
Yeah, I'm teasing you.
You got a follow-up question to that or anything, or no? Sawana always gets mad because she has a computer with all her questions out. I just wing it.
I'm
And
just winging it.
well, let's see what I'm
Little
trying to
stumped
see.
here.
Put this kid
It's
in.
First time, but how has the sales of Anthem's homes compared to when it first opened to today?
How does it compare? Well,
Yeah, I know it was growing like back in the day when it was first developed. It was pretty popular, but is it still?
right. So when we first moved there in 1999, I was not in real estate. I didn't get into real estate till 2006. I retired from UPS. Great career, great people. Work for some amazing people.
Were you at
Learned
Hot Realty?
for like 2 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That got you in the.
So any of you that don't know or do know, you'll laugh at that too. So, no, like in the beginning, when I did start the career there, like I said, I was just there and I was bringing, like, United Way was our big push for UPS. I'd bring a bunch of the ASU football players up and write off their hours, and we do flag football. I don't know if you remember that. And then sat on the board, and we held the first lock-in. You probably would have been involved with that. Bobby and I did at the Anthem grade school, which was the only one at the time. Sat on the head of the committee with the builder to get the high school put there. So we were progressing really fast. So I remember back in the day, you'd open up MLS, and there was like 800 homes for sale. You know, it was 300. It was just insane how many were there. And even the builder implemented this fee, community enhancement fee, when you sell it, to try to feel like they were slowing down sales. A lot of people were just moving from one development in the community to the new one, to the next one. So it's amazing on how fast it's grown. And back then we were more per square foot than Scottsdale. Like, we purchased our first home and it was up $90,000 before we even closed. So right now I feel like our sales are very consistent. I had the opportunity to connect with some people at TSMC. So I brought over their North American CEO and their top 100 executives, wanted an off-campus site and facility to meet. They connected with the GM over at Anthem Country Club, and they brought their group there a couple, 3 years ago or about 2.5 years ago. And with the growth and everything that's coming in TSMC and Halo Vista, I still think Anthem's going to be even more popular with our parks, the community, like our culture's built. And this kind of goes back to the RE/MAX golf lifestyle. So when Travis was in town and he was visiting, and I kind of wanted to bring him up and say, hey, like, look at us. Like, before 2006, there was no 101, and we were kind of the last little town on the way out before you started heading up the mountain past Black Canyon City to Flagstaff. So you just kind of look at how it was built, and I think a lot of people are chasing that, and a lot of people want that. And it's our job to express it, but home sales, I don't see them slowing down. I feel like we're very steady and consistent.
Yeah.
But
Arizona's a top spot, right? For people like we're number 1 or 2 in growth, 3? What number are we?
We're like top.
Arizona.
We're in the top 3. It keeps fluctuating between Texas and us. And what a lot of people don't realize is Halo Vista is on the intersection of I-17 and the 303. And that's they annex 12,000 acres, 6,000 of it is going to be for residential and those things. So Pulte has the rights to all that. And like I said, it's called Halo Vista. They're 23,000 homes. Anthem's only 11,000, just to give you perspective. But down the corridor of 303 to the 10, there's 120,000 homes that are going to be built over time. We have 26 companies coming to support the TSMC. The cranes, it's one of the North America's largest crane projects, bringing in cranes from all over the United States to build on that project. So their technology is really, really cool, something unique and something that's not going anywhere. So the growth up there is going to continue. Right now I haven't heard of anything of adding a golf course to Halo Vista or anything. So I think Anthem Golf and Country Club has a great opportunity. Anthem Parkside with its 43,000 square foot workout facility where we used to play basketball every Saturday, every week. Men's and women's leagues for softball and kids sports. It's just a great community.
Oh yeah, I used to ref up there. That was my favorite job. Other
Yeah,
than this now.
yeah. Follow him out. This guy hits more wrists and back slaps trying to steal a basketball than anybody I know.
Him?
You?
Oh
yeah.
I sent your ball to the upstairs many times.
Please. Okay.
All right. So what's the goal? Like, we're going to grow RE/MAX all across the North Valley, or what's going on?
I think our brand is already constantly growing. I think we announced a merger with Real. Real Brokerage is fantastic. They have a proprietary software on the back end, which is really, really cool. I'm excited for that. We're in the merger phases, so it's just business as usual. I think RE/MAX Summit Properties and just RE/MAX as a whole will continue to grow. I think our model has outgrown the industry. Dave Liniger and Gail Liniger are founders, 53 years, 150,000 agents. Real's got 30,000. You put the two of us together, we got the kind of the best of both worlds. As much as in their cloud base, people still like coming to offices. I think it's important, and that was one of the things that I really tossed up in the back of my mind. Somebody that worked from a home office or drove to an office a little bit out of Anthem, I said, I think having us here makes a big presence. And we just relocated we were just across the street into the Safeway complex there on the corner by Barrow's Pizza and Legends over there. That, I think, has opened the door. We're just past a year, and I think people are really starting to understand, like, hey, we're located here, and that's nice. Even though a lot of us agents we're very busy and extremely productive. So number 1 brokerage in Anthem, knock on wood, and that's just because a lot of people are productive. So I know some people like, hey, I come by and nobody's there, but also sometimes I like working at home because some guys come by and it's, hey, let's go to Legends for lunch, and that turns into an unproductive afternoon. So
I always tell everybody, if I'm working from home, I'm lying because I'm not working.
yeah.
It doesn't happen for me.
It's easier where everyone's waving and say, hey, come on over, just one beer, and we'll
just
talk.
Walking in front. So people can find the office easy, Safeway, call
Easy
you,
access.
text you, email you guys.
Yeah, all
just
of us.
Google.
Yeah, all of us. I think every agent in our office we all strive to be our best. Everybody's got their own good qualities and bad qualities, but at the end of the day, we're all just as good. Like I tell people all the time, like you go in and you talk to anyone of the agents, it's the same. And I always encourage some of our newer agents to just understand, look, you're not always going to have the right answer, but if you're doing the right thing all the time, that's all that matters. So
Yep. I always say do the right thing all the time, even when it hurts.
yeah.
Sometimes it hurts and you
Yeah,
gotta do
I mean,
it.
like, look, sometimes we're wrong. You know, I was just in a transaction recently and still trying to work it out, and an inspector broke some stuff and had to communicate with the other agent. You're liable, and it's happened to me. I went into a house and I don't know what happened. I knocked the slider off of the track because it was a little hard to open, and yeah, that's my fault. So just take care. Just do all the right things, like you said. Even
We
when
should do the
nobody's
housewife, like a Housewives of Anthem show, but the Dudes of Anthem show or something.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty funny.
Most
of that stuff we don't want on TV.
It would be comical, and then there's some things like I'll just sit in the background and watch you guys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Griff, any parting words? Any parting questions? Anything you really want to know from?
Just appreciation. I love me some Todd Ninneman. Thanks for,
Wow.
thanks for everything.
Prefer to be called the champ at this point because I did. I won the member guest, so get in line.
I knew that was going to come
well,
into
I had
play.
to put
You
it
had
in
to
there.
draw. You should. I'm surprised your trophy's not sitting right here.
I would have brought it as a comical thing. I saw the Masons, and I brought it out, and I drove by and was like, "Oh, hey, we dropped the head cover." No, a lot of things got to go right to have that happen. But at the end of the day, it is very humorous. And someone's like, "Hey, you heard you're a good golfer." I'm like, it's hard to say I'm a good golfer because, Darren's a plus, Frank is like a 1 or 2. Danny Frusciano's like a 0. Like all these guys are like really, really, really good. And I'm like, I'm a good putter and I can get around the course, but it's hard to even say I'm good anymore because, these guys go out and they'll drop in the high 60s on a golf round, and you're like, I'm not that way.
Yeah, no. I'm there for the fun.
Yeah.
That's why I recruit the big guns.
That's right.
All right, well, thanks for coming on the show today.
Appreciate
Sorry
it.
Sawana's not here. She's, I think she's getting hydrated because
She wasn't
she's
feeling
not
well.
feeling puking on the way down. So we hope you feel better, Sawana. But
As
I
soon
can
as
just
we
call
do.
it Eric's Eye on Anthem now because she's not here. Eric and Griffin's Eye on Anthem. We're
Perfect.
changing the name, Sawana.
Yes, it's all getting changed because you didn't show up.
Yes, all right.
No, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. And Anthem still continues to be the greatest place, I think, in the Valley to live. Obviously, we lived there, raised our kids. We got 5 grandkids now, and it's crazy. It's neat. It's fun. It still is amazing, I feel like, the day we moved there 25 years ago.
It is a great place. All right, go have a great week, kick it in the teeth, and we'll see you around Anthem.